ولا بعدين بنحكي موضوع ثاني؟ لما نحتاجها يا ابو حاضر ان شاء الله. يعطيك العافيه ان شاء الله. ربنا يبعد عنا الشر كله يا رب. اذا تسكر غرفتك ولا ايش؟
ليش نفسي افهم ليش
I shall now put to vote the draft resolution contained in document S/2023/795 submitted by the Russian Federation, the Republic of Sudan, and the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela. Will those in favor of the draft resolution contained in document S/2023/795 please raise their hands? Those against? Abstentions? The result of the voting is as follows: 4 votes in favor, 2 votes against, 9 abstentions. the draft resolution has not been adopted, having failed to obtain the required number of votes.
Мы сожалеем, что Совет Безопасности не смог воспользоваться еще одной предоставленной ему возможностью
We regret the
отреагировать
fact
на
that the Security
беспрецедентный
Council was
кризис.
not in a position to use yet another opportunity given to it to respond to the unprecedented crisis in the Middle East. The reason why we believe the US draft to be categorically unacceptable is something that I have already laid out in detail. It is very unfortunate that members of the committee that have dug into the national positions were not brave enough to display strategic wisdom and support the Russian proposed text.
The United States could not support yet another Russian resolution that was put forward with no consultation, that failed to reflect the realities on the ground. It is disappointing that Russia would rather try and score political points and further divide this council than address the current urgent needs of Israelis and Palestinians. We all see that Russia is doing nothing to engage any of the relevant parties or support diplomatic efforts, including by the United Nations, to get more aid into Gaza. We'll say this again. The United States stands ready to work with all member states that are genuinely committed to advancing peace and security. We must put the interests of the region and the world above all else. Thank you, Mr. President.
Those who have voted against the US-led resolution have shown the world that this Council is incapable of doing the most basic task of condemning ISIS-like terrorists and cannot confirm the right to self-defense of the victim of these heinous crimes. Israel has been attacked and continues to be attacked. This is a fact. In the south from Hamas and in the north from Hezbollah. What a surprise. Meanwhile, the other resolution, the Russian resolution voted upon today, sought to tie Israel's hands, preventing us from eliminating a threat to our existence and permitting the genocidal terrorists to regroup so they can massacre us again. The absurdity to call on Israel to rescind the call for temporary evacuation is truly unbelievable and goes against every value that this Council represents. By demanding Israel to call on Gazans to return north, the resolution only serves to maximize civilian casualties, not mitigate them. Why would Israel ask Gazans to return to an active war zone? The alternative resolution, the Russian resolution, makes no mention of our right to self-defense, nor does it mention Hezbollah, the terrorist force on Israel's northern border that has spent the past weeks firing rockets without any reason, mortars and anti-tank missiles at Israeli towns and cities. Would Moscow or Beijing be given a right to self-defense if faced with the same threat? I believe so. Finally, if this other resolution truly focused on the humanitarian situation, as it was presented in the first time, the over 220 hostages being held by Hamas would not be a general side note at the very end of the resolution. It would be the first demand. The hostages held by Hamas must be the top humanitarian priority of the international community.
La France s'est abstenue sur le projet présenté par la Fédération de Russie.
France abstained on the draft resolution put forward by the Russian Federation because a number of important elements were lacking. In particular, this text did not qualify the Hamas attack as terrorist. Moreover, it was not open for negotiation, and we regret that fact. After the unfortunate failure today, France will continue, as it has always done, to be committed in good faith to ensure that this Council upholds its responsibilities. It is our collective duty to redesign a political horizon in order to meet the legitimate aspirations of the Palestinian people. Hamas are not their
Aspirations légitimes
representatives.
des Palestiniens, dont le Hamas n'est pas le représentant.
I give him the floor.
Господин председатель, я бы